Hi everyone, Gary here with your Blue Nose Bulletin for Monday, the 3rd of June, and a very warm welcome back to our video content here on the Fourth Officials YouTube channel. On today's show, all today's breaking news, including the return of Oscar Cortez back on loan, Leon Balogun signing a brand new one-year contract, and the release of 5 out-of-contract stars confirmed on Saturday. So the big news, obviously, from today was that Oscar Cortez will be returning back to Ibrox next season on another year's loan from Racing Club Lens in France. However, Rangers have got an obligation to buy the young Colombian winger for a fee we believe to be in the region of around about €4 million. Now, Cortez looked very impressive, albeit for a very short period of time when he came in the January transfer window, scoring a couple of goals for us, but then picking up an injury down at Kilmarnock. So I think the one-year loan deal certainly seems to make sense for both sides here. Certainly a big outlay for Rangers with €4 million to pay. And I think given the fact that he is returning from what's been a fairly lengthy injury, been remaining at Ibrox all the way through that injury period for rehab, very much a player wanted to stay at Rangers for next season. So I think from all sides it's a good bit of business, and as I say, Racing Club Lens have got that obligation for Rangers to make the deal permanent next summer, and it just, again, in terms of finances, makes sense for Rangers to kind of defer payments on that for another 12 months, see how he goes with another year at Ibrox, and then that deal will be made permanently next summer. Kind of like the way we're doing with Mo Diamonde after his first 6 months from Midtjylland in Denmark. He will now obviously sign a permanent deal this summer for Rangers on a 4-year contract, and it's just a good way of Rangers kind of staggering their spend, knowing the amount of business that they've got to do this summer. Another bit of business that was confirmed on Saturday was that defender Leon Balogun has signed a 1-year contract extension, and he will be remaining at Ibrox next season to provide a bit of defensive cover. Obviously, we've got John Souttar, Connor Goldson and Ben Davies still there at the moment. The deal for Jose Cordoba certainly broke down last week, with him looking like he is going to be signing for Norwich City. But we're still awaiting to find out a few more defensive options. Obviously, Hefty already in the door at left back, and the stories linking Godoy Cruz's Thomas Galdames still very much on the radar, and he's someone that we'll watch with interest to see whether or not that deal gets done. But Balogun, an experienced head, someone who's not on a huge amount of money, and will certainly provide a bit of cover in some of the games for next season. But I don't think anyone at Rangers is expecting Balogun to be first choice at centre-back next season, but certainly a decent option to have in that experience in the dressing room, I think, especially given we're going to be seeing a lot of new faces arriving this summer. A bit of continuity in there, and a trusted lieutenant is not all that bad news, and we'll watch with interest to see who else comes in the door over the course of the summer. 5 players who will not be at Rangers for next season are, of course, the out-of-contract players who Rangers announced on Saturday will be leaving the club. They are John McLaughlin, Ryan Jack, Borna Barisic, Kemar Roofe and John Lundstrom. So yeah, all 5 not offered new deals at Rangers and will be moving on to pastures new for next season. Now, I expect all 5 of them to get a club. Whether that will be a club anywhere near the size of Rangers, I think, remains to be seen. I think only really Lundstrom you see as potentially having options maybe down at the bottom end of English Premiership or the Championship. Certainly Borna Barisic appears to be heading out to Turkey with Trabzonspor. Not seen anyone really linked with the likes of John McLaughlin, but he's an experienced head for the Scottish League, and would not be surprised at all to see him remain in Scotland. And we'll see what happens with the likes of Ryan Jack and Kemar Roofe. Ryan Jack obviously involved with Scotland at the moment, and he made a 20-minute appearance for them tonight in a 2-0 friendly win over Gibraltar, over in the Algarve match, where Scotland had numerous opportunities to try and score goals. Lauren Shankland and John McGinn, Kenny McLean, very much a bit profligate, particularly in that first half. But second half goals from Ryan Christie and Shea Adams, giving Steve Clarke's side the win as they begin preparations, obviously, for this summer's Euro 2024 tournament. One more game to go before that squad gets finalised, and that's against Finland at Hampden on Friday. And we'll have full coverage of that and going into the Euros tournament over the course of the weekend. Quick plug for our Draft 7 show, which will be launching a week today on Monday, the 10th of June, here on the Fourth Officials YouTube channel. Loads of information coming up on that show across the next 7 days, and we hope you can join us for the live launch. Until I speak to you next time, thanks for watching. Speak to you soon. Goodbye.